Part 117. Abu Basir's Camp. Abu Basir was the first Muslim to emigrate to Medina after the Treaty of Hudaybiyah. Soon after, two emissaries from the Quraysh arrived, demanding his return. The Prophet called Abu Basir and said, "These two men have come to take you, and you came while knowing the treaty we signed. I will not be treacherous, so return to your people." Abu Basir responded as Abu Jandal did.
"Will you return me to the pagans after I have come as a Muslim?"
The Prophet likewise responded as he did to Abu Jandal. "Be patient and await the rewards of the hereafter, for Allah will make a way out for you all." As Abu Basir left with the two emissaries, he began building rapport with them through light-hearted conversation until he eventually caught them off guard. He snatched their sword, killed one of them, and the other fled to Medina. The man reached Medina, panting and disheveled, yelling,
"My companion has been killed, so protect me!"
Abu Basir also returned and said to the Prophet,
"O Messenger of Allah, you fulfilled your responsibility by returning me to them, but Allah allowed me to escape."
The Prophet did not respond to him directly, and instead turned away, responding in the third person, "Woe to his mother, what a great warrior he is," a classical Arabic expression describing a doomed man, that is, a dead man walking. He then said, if only he had someone to help him. Abu Basir clearly understood that the Prophet would be handing him back to the Quraysh so as not to violate the treaty, so he immediately escaped. Abu Basir then set up camp in a remote area on the outskirts of Mecca. Word reached Abu Jandal, and he fled once more to join him. News spread, and Muslim converts continued to join them, until 80 Muslims had formed a settlement. They began intercepting the Quraysh's caravans as they entered and exited Mecca, and 80 fighters engaging in guerrilla warfare were almost impossible to stop. The Muslims did not violate the treaty, as Abu Basir's camp did not form an allegiance with the Muslim state in Medina. They continued to raid the Quraysh relentlessly for 18 months, until Abu Sufyan wrote a letter to the Prophet, invoking ties of kinship and imploring him to integrate the 80 men into Medina. The Prophet sent a letter to Abu Basir inviting them all to Medina. Abu Basir received the letter but was very ill, and Allah decreed that he pass away before reaching Medina with the Prophet's letter in his hand. Abu Jandal therefore marched the settlement into Medina, completing a divine turn of events which began with his emotional failed escape in shackles and ended with him leading a 79-man strong army into Medina at the request of the Quraysh. As Allah states regarding those against Jesus Christ,
"They planned, and Allah planned, and Allah is the best of planners." Surah 3, verse 54.
This story is also a testament to the impenetrable faith of Abu Jandal. After years of torture at the hands of his own family, he finally escaped only to be sent back to his dungeon. Nevertheless, he persevered, escaped once more to a new settlement, and eventually marched, dignified and vindicated, back to the Prophet. After this saga, Kulthum, daughter of Uqba ibn Abi Mu'ayt, accepted Islam and escaped Mecca, somehow making it to Medina. The Prophet faced a tough dilemma, as returning a woman back to her abusers is far more sensitive than returning a fighting man. Allah then revealed,
"O believers, when the believing women come to you as emigrants, test their intentions. Their faith is best known to Allah, and if you find them to be believers, then do not send them back to the disbelievers. These women are not lawful wives for the disbelievers, nor are the disbelievers lawful husbands for them, but repay the disbelievers whatever dowries they had paid. And there is no blame on you if you marry these women as long as you pay them their dowries. And do not hold on to marriage with polytheistic women, but demand repayment of whatever dowries you had paid, and let the disbelievers do the same. That is the judgment of Allah. He judges between you, and Allah is all-knowing, all-wise." Surah 60, verse 10.
Allah decreed that it was not acceptable to return a Muslim woman to be abused. The treaty specified men, so the letter of the law was not violated. While the spirit of the law may have dictated that it should encompass all people, protecting the honor of Muslim women was deemed a greater priority,